Florence, 1513. Machiavelli walks into a room full of men who despise him. They outrank him, they outnumber him, and within 20 minutes, every decision made in that room goes exactly the way Machiavelli wanted. He didn't threaten anyone, he didn't speak over anyone. He used one rule, and it's still working today. Here's what Machiavelli understood that almost nobody teaches. Controlling a room has nothing to do with being the loudest, nothing to do with authority, nothing to do with rank. There are 3 layers to this rule. The first will change how you enter every room from now on. The second will change how you listen. The third, the one Machiavelli considered the most dangerous, I'm saving for the end. Right now, in every meeting, every conversation, every group you're in, someone is controlling the room. Most of the time, it's not you. And the disturbing part? You've been handing them that control without knowing it. Machiavelli called this the invisible surrender, and he said it happens in the first 60 seconds of any interaction. Layer 1. Whoever defines the frame controls the room. In 1498, Machiavelli was sent to negotiate with a faction leader in Tuscany. The other man spoke first. He set the tone. He defined what was being discussed and what wasn't. Machiavelli let him. Then, when the man finished, Machiavelli said 6 words. That's not actually what this is. And with that, he redefined the entire conversation, the agenda, the stakes, the outcome. Machiavelli wrote about this later. He said, "The man who names the situation owns the situation." Most people walk into rooms and accept the frame someone else has already built. The powerful ones walk in and quietly rebuild it. But here's where it gets darker. Layer 2, control is not taken, it's transferred. This is the part nobody wants you to know. When you walk into a room and immediately try to assert yourself, speak fast, fill the silence, establish dominance, you don't gain control. You signal that you need it. And people feel that. Machiavelli observed this across every court, every council, every negotiation he ever witnessed. The men who grasped for control the hardest were always the easiest to manipulate. Because when you're performing power, you're not actually paying attention. But the person in the corner, calm, quiet, watching, they're collecting information. They're learning what everyone in the room wants and fears. And then they speak once, and the room shifts. Modern psychology confirmed this 500 years later. Studies on group dynamics consistently show that the person perceived as most powerful in a group is rarely the most vocal. It's the one whose silence everyone notices. Now, the third layer. This is what Machiavelli kept out of The Prince. Layer 3. You can only control a room if the room believes you don't need it. This is the rule beneath the rule. Every other technique collapses the moment people sense desperation. Machiavelli understood this better than anyone. He wrote, "The prince who appears to want nothing is given everything." It's not about pretending you don't care. It's about actually building a life where you have real options, real alternatives, real indifference to any single outcome. Because the moment you need the room to go a certain way, they own you. But the moment you're genuinely willing to walk away, the room adjusts to you. That combination, reframe the situation, let silence do the work, carry real options. Nobody can hold a room against that. Not in 1513, not today. What I just showed you is layer 1 of how Machiavelli thought about power. But controlling a room is only useful if you can read who's really in control before you walk in. I broke down how